much. Erica?
Well, Spirit Airlines is officially out of runway after years of financial strugglers, leaving millions of passengers scrambling to find alternative flights and thousands of employees wondering just what comes next. Joining me now is Sara Nelson. She's the international president for the Association of Flight Attendants. It's good to have you, and nice to have you in the studio for once, which is rare for us. When we play out what happened over the weekend, we've talked a lot about the passengers. When it comes to the employees, there have been multiple accounts, some from flight attendants who said they were blindsided. They didn't know this was coming. People were stranded. As of today, has everyone been able to get home? Is there a plan?
We are still getting a few people home, so almost everyone is home now. But this is one of the things that we talked about on our 12 p.m. call, which we're having every single day with the flight attendants. If there's still someone out in the system, we need to get that information so that we can get them home. And we are working with the skeleton crew of Spirit Airlines management that are still left to be able to do that. But there's also a lot of other things to attend to. There are people who are very concerned that suddenly they're going without medical insurance. They don't know when their last paycheck is going to come. We have asked the federal government to weigh in with the bankruptcy court to make sure that we're getting those last paychecks and benefits paid out as soon as possible, and to prioritize that in the bankruptcy court.
You also, in asking them to prioritize things, you asked them to take immediate action, right? And you also asked them to prioritize the hiring of displaced Spirit flight attendants. Mm-hmm. What is the reality of the job market right now for flight attendants?
Here's the problem. Spirit went out of business because of the spike in fuel costs because of the war. And that is causing a problem across the industry. So capacity is being cut. That's why Spirit wasn't bought. Spirit had a plan to exit bankruptcy, and but for those spikes in fuel prices, they would have succeeded. So it's difficult, but there are some airlines hiring, although on a lesser rate, basically on attrition. And we're working with the airlines. I have to say that United Airlines, American Airlines, Alaska, Hawaiian, JetBlue, and Southwest have really stepped up with that. And we're working to get everyone placed. But in the meantime, people's lives are suddenly ripped apart here, and they have lost their family. I mean, this is Spirit. Flying as a flight attendant is a unique job anyway, and you see actually on the previous report about that near miss in Newark, or clip in Newark, that people are on the front lines every single day working as aviation's first responders, and they were doing that right up to the last flight landing in Dallas late on Friday night. And so they were doing that job, and to suddenly have this ripped away from them, and to also have their family ripped away from them at Spirit, it's such a unique carrier where they were doing something really incredible together, and they felt that, and they feel that now, and that sense of loss is really hard.
It's a lot. I did also want to ask you quickly about another story involving a different United flight. Yep. A passenger over the weekend who attacked a crew member, tried to access the cockpit before they were ultimately removed by police at Newark. According to FAA data, right, there have been, I think, 500 unruly passenger reports this year, 110 of those in April. It's important to note we're down markedly from the height in 2021. But what are you experiencing on a daily basis? What is it like for the flight crew?
It's very difficult. All of our planes are full, and we have less staff than we've ever had. So if we can get to people right away, we can usually de-escalate situations. We can handle these security threats. Flight attendants are experts in doing that. If you can imagine, thousands of flights are taking off every day, and most of them without incident, most of them without making the news. But this is a harder job than it ever has been before. And, you know, we're hearing from a lot of people actually who have a lot of concern about Spirit flight attendants who are on the front lines managing some of those disruptions on their flights that everyone would talk about. And anyone who wants to help can go to our website at AFA-CWA.org and contribute to our disaster relief fund /DRF.
All right, Sara, good to have you here with us in studio.
Thank you,
and I know you are on this, as you will be, your daily calls, working on behalf of all the flight attendants.
Around the clock.